This message will be for my Tauruses out there. It's actually the second time I've done your message because I kept getting confused. I was picking up on a group of Tauruses that are currently involved with someone, and then a large number of Tauruses or crosswatcher that are single, are not really currently involved with anyone. I think I'm going to do that one because it's stronger here, but this could also go for those of you who are involved. So if you are, I'm going to say it as involved, which that can go for anything, right? You can be in any way that you consider yourself involved with someone. You can apply this message here, meaning you may feel about the person you're involved with this way, but for the most part, it's going to be centered around those who are single. So what I was basically getting yesterday for Taurus was a group of individuals here whom deserve more, to put it quite frankly. You deserve more, and you know that now. I think you've always known that you deserve more than you were getting, but now it's just obvious. You're not settling. You will not accept less than you deserve, nor are you giving anyone less than they deserve. So you're just basically expecting or wanting or needing, or you have like a standard now of match my energy, reciprocate, and if you don't, I'm out of here, or you can vamoose. Basically, I'm not going to give you my time or energy. I'm not going to focus solely on a person that doesn't put me as the same type of priority that I'm putting them. I'm not getting taken advantage of. I'm not at all putting myself all in when I'm not getting that in return. Excuse my head too, I'm still a little stopped up here, but yeah, that's basically what I'm getting. And since you've gotten in that energy, I don't know how long you've been in that energy, but since you have come to terms with that and you've been, I don't know, just kind of glowing and radiating this energy of self-respect, self-love, boundaries, standing in your power, really, it's definitely drawn another, like they realize your strength now, even if they're not showing it. Some of them will be showing it. Some of them are currently starting to kind of step up now. It's like, I mean, I hate to say it like that because it sounds like hateful, but you know what I mean? It's like, dang, really? Now you're going to step up? Some of you, the person hasn't stepped up yet. They're still in their ego, very egotistical person that you've dealt with in the past, or very, I don't know how they, some of you, I feel like you have this person that didn't deserve you in the past that you dealt with. Or if it's current, remember, you can apply it here too, that they're so proud that they would never show you this. They would never let on to the fact that they know they done messed up. They know they done effed up. Like, they know they did. Did I just bleep that? Some of you may not like cussing. You may find cussing disgusting, distasteful, and tactless. That's me. I'm all those things. Tactless, disgusting, and distasteful. But I don't know, because there's a reason I just bleeped out the word fuck. Anyways, or maybe you like to cuss, but you feel like you're in an environment or you were around a person that didn't like it. I feel like there were a lot of differences here. Or maybe you just work in an environment where you can't cuss unless you work at home. Then you can cuss like a sailor. But anyway, yeah, or some of you have a person that they will be letting you know, or they already are letting you know, and you can tell by what they're doing, how they're like showing up more, how they're acting, that they kind of, you know. So some are in their ego, some will never let you know. They still maintain their side of things, you know, and holding their ground, but they realize, or others of you will have a person that will be trying more during this time, or being nice, like now you're like friends with an ex, you know. That's completely different stories, different people watching. If it's a current person you're entertaining, you're involved with, if they feel you pulling away at all, that's your key right there. I'm not saying play with someone's head or pull away to make them come closer, but they're definitely going to be, I don't know, you know, making sure that they, I want to say respect you more, and instead of like waiting till it's too late, till they done lost you, you know? But I still think in every sense of the word, like the big message here for Tauruses or Crosswatcher is you deserve more. You deserve more than you've given yourself, than you've allowed yourself to have. I mean, you could, everything that you, I want to say put up with an individual, maybe more than one, but one in particular, you would have never. And you could say it's love and all that, maybe it is. I don't want to say it's not. Only you're going to know that. Or is it maybe you didn't know your value, or you didn't know, you didn't know how to exercise strong boundaries with someone. Some will say, absolutely, it was love. That's what love does. Love does that. And now you're like, I would never do that. I don't know. Some of you, there may be an ex that wants you back. You could either know this, suspect this, or you could be like, no, my ex hates me. I hate him, her, whatever. We hate each other. But you may be surprised, even if you're like, hell no, I'd rather die. I'd rather dig my own grave, you know? Damn, shit. Okay. Slow down, Taurus, slow down here. I think that you, at this point, as far as whoever's watching this, if this is your message, you know what you deserve, whereas maybe you didn't always, Okay, I'll touch on here if you're involved with someone. Let's say you'll give it, all right, well, let me think of how to say this, because not everybody wants marriage. Not everybody wants that shit. But the majority of society does. That's the end goal. So let's say, I'm going to talk about both here. Let's say your end goal is marriage. You ain't going to wait forever for somebody here to, you know what I mean? To show up for you. You're not going to let them, like, you don't want someone that has the potential or is like a fixer-upper. You got to wait for them to kind of, no, you want to meet someone when they're already at the level that you're at. Same page, same wavelength, aligned, equally yoked. Now, for others of you, if you're not really looking for marriage and all that, again, or for the first time, or any at all, period, then you may know that you're not going to keep it going with somebody who has this like idea in their head of how they want things to go, when you know that that's probably not how you want things to go. So I just feel like you're going to be more adamant about standing your ground with someone, or this is like, I guess, the advice here. I don't think you have a problem standing your ground, to be honest. I don't think you have a problem telling somebody when you're not happy, but I would make sure you hold on to that, especially if you have an ex that's trying to like weasel their way back in, What is up with this? I feel like an ex, this is not for all of you, because some of you, it's like you and your ex fucking hate each other. Like literally hate each other. I feel it. Strongly despise one another. Maybe you don't like the word hate, but it's like, I despise this person. I only deal with them because I have to, if you even have to. But others of you, maybe there's still a little bit of space you're holding there in your heart for someone. I just don't think that's a great idea, but of course you need to do what you feel. Don't listen to me at all, period. Who am I? You need to only listen to you. But I'm just saying what I'm feeling is you should be careful, because I feel like this person, what they did to you before, they'll do again. They just go from one flower to the next. Except for you're the whole fucking garden. You're not a flower in the garden. You are the garden. I'm not saying you're better than anyone. I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not saying you don't have your own flaws and problems. We all do. But I just think that you have somebody here who, when something doesn't work out over here, or when their dreams don't actualize, here they come. You know what I mean? Why do I feel like some of you watching this video had an ex? It feels like an ex. Or maybe just somebody you were talking to, entertaining, that was so, is currently like, I don't care if they have a sweet side. We all got that too, even if we don't all show it. They actually care a whole lot about their image. I'm sure you would know that watching this. So if you have an ex that didn't care about their image, or somebody you were dealing with from the past, that image wasn't a problem to them, they didn't care what anybody thought, that's not this person. It's probably not your message. But this person, they absolutely care what society thinks about them. They care how they look. They care, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but to this person's level it is, because they can tend to be not only materialistic, but get with people who they think will get them somewhere, who will make them look good, whether it's because of their status, because of their looks, because of their money, their business knowledge, where they are in life. Like, you don't see this person getting with somebody who ain't got nothing, or who's unattractive, or who's, you know what I mean? This is like, it's a very strategic individual, and I don't think that they're loyal. I think that and I mean that in the sense of every aspect. They're probably not loyal in business either. I'm hearing shrewd. Anyway, I don't want to stay on that person. They actually have it's making me nauseous, honestly, and my back is like hurting out of nowhere. But I just, It's good for you that you know your value now, whether you're a man watching me or a woman watching me. Give me a second. I can't sit like this. My back is killing me. I want to say there's something to that here. Something to your value. Also, some of you have a lot of people around you that are attracted to you, that are into you. I feel a lot. I feel more than one person. Even for those of you who are involved, you can combine this part of the message. I feel like even if you're involved here or you're single and I don't know, you've got exes that I feel strongly in your energy. And you also have people around your work, people on the internet, people like on your social media. You've got a lot around you. Or people at the job, whether it's people who come in or people you work with. It's like, yeah. There's something to do with that. I feel like there's something else there and I'm not seeing it. But in all cases, I would be very proud of yourself from everything that you've gone through, because, well, obviously it hasn't broken you. If anything, you've gotten stronger because of it. I feel like you stand stronger. You even look stronger. Like your appearance has probably changed over the years. I just think that you can tend to be taken for granted, or you can tend to be taken advantage of. And there's like a need to make sure that you continue to make sure that doesn't happen again or anymore. If you want something, I wouldn't settle. If you wanted to be treated a certain way, I can't speak, I wouldn't settle. I don't know. The strongest energy I feel here for Taurus are my singles. But I'm also very much for being single and staying that way. Again, I don't know what the future holds. You never know. Are there the one? Is there the one out there? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know. I think being single is invigorating and empowering, and in that isolation and even what some would call loneliness, even myself would call loneliness at times, it's very intimate, and you discover things about yourself that you have no time to discover when you're with someone else, because your focus is going to them, your work, children if you have it, and so at the end of the day you have very little to give to yourself. Some of you may have been single a long time. I don't see anything wrong with that. I feel like it's beautiful. It's empowering for a man and a woman to know that you can do that. I mean, you know how many people wish that they could be in that spot in their life, but maybe due to circumstances, resources, or decisions they made in their younger years, they can't really be on their own, but they would love to. They would love to not answer to someone. They would love to not have to have a roommate. They would love to not. And the fact that some of you can stand on your own 2 feet. Anybody who didn't appreciate you before, I think that they are coming to terms with the fact that they're realizing they should have probably, realized what they had right in front of them. But I would be careful there, especially if anyone's trying to come back in. Even if it's not an ex, this could be anyone. Like anybody that you met in the past that kind of overlooked you at the time or took you for granted. Currently, you could have a person that's taking you for granted. I wouldn't put up with that shit. I don't think that you will for long, if you even are. And it doesn't have to just be romantically. I think you deserve more. I think you've always deserved more, and you know it now. You have beautiful energy. Man or woman, anybody watching this, you have great energy. Your energy is really well developed. It's well developed. It's secure. I would say you're probably really secure in who you are, what you believe in. you can't be swayed either way easily. I want to be real though before I get off here. I feel a side of somebody here. Now you can reverse this whole last message, but I feel a side of somebody who, you know, they get to this place and they're doing well again, and they're like grounded and standing in their power. There's no other way to say this. But there's the side of them that can easily, given the right person that has the right words and the right gestures and the right actions, can easily be kind of pulled back into that world of things. And if anyone can pick up on that in the slightest bit, especially someone who would be really great at mimicking or taking on the identity or shape-shifting into what they believe that you want to be your type of person, I think that they could do that, and it may fool you or trick you. You know, even the smartest person who's well taught by the streets can get fooled again and again and again. Because they come in all forms, you know what I mean? Even people who are therapists or people who study the mind and are really good at observing people, and they are well knowledgeable on different types of people and their characteristics and their mannerisms and all the whole 9 yards. Even those people have a personal life outside of their profession, and those people still get fooled. They could be giving advice to someone on a partner or on this or on life, and then meanwhile back at home their life could also be the exact thing, like mirroring that what they're telling their clients or the people who sit before them, stand before them. Nobody on this planet has it all figured out. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care how much the streets have taught you or what taught you. Everybody, all of us, will have a bigger giant to face, and they come in so many forms, and they get trickier and trickier, and they get more cunning and more sly, more strategic as time goes on. It's just for a test for us to see, have you really learned your lessons? Have you really figured it out? Do you really know? How well do you know yourself? How well do you know people? How well do you trust your gut? Are you going off of your gut, your intuition, or are you going off of your feelings? I also want to say this right here at the tail end. Some of you have an individual around you. It's a woman. It's a female who, they really don't support you, but they are going to act like they do. They probably have been acting like they do, or like they're cool with you, but no, they're not. This person you will either deal with in the near future, you currently deal with on a pretty regular basis, or you've dealt with them in the past and you may deal with them again coming up. Whatever that means, deal with them as in you will be around them. Watch out for this person. It's a feminine. I got it last night. I was picking up on it strongly last night, actually. They may actually be very jealous of you, this person. Yeah. They may act like they support you or something, or I don't know, they're jealous of you. And they could be jealous of you because of your looks, because of the knowledge that you have. They could be jealous of you due to attention you get from other people, how many people want you, or a particular person that wants you when they're not getting that same attention. Maybe they're bitter in their own life. They're bitter because of their past. They're bitter because of the hand that life has dealt them. Meanwhile, imagine the fucking hand that life's dealt you. All the hands life has dealt you. But it doesn't matter. This feminine energy, I feel, is still in their mind, like, they probably have this air of, I think I'm better than you. Whether they let on to that or not, I definitely don't think they're going to let on to that, but you should be aware of it. Unless it's reversed, you should be aware of it, that this feminine energy that you will be around coming up very soon doesn't give a shit about you. She can tend to really only care about herself and how those around her view her. And if at any point she thinks that anyone, she's probably already done this, thinks that anyone is in favor of you or likes you or is attracted to you, especially if it means taking attention away from her, she will do whatever she can, probably by getting in those people's heads about you, to stop you being seen in a certain light. So I know that that's a little side note here, but there's definitely a jealous female here who is like almost like in competition with you. It's not like the main one you're thinking about. It's another one. They definitely think that they're better than you. They compare a lot. They compare their life to your life. They compare the status. I want to say the status they have to your status. They compare the financial security they have to your security. It's like, they may even feel like a little, they would never admit this, but they almost feel a little intimidated by how secure you actually are, given the circumstances that you are in, or something like that. Like, it's interesting. I don't know how else to say that. I get this vibe of like, you're very confident for someone who is a single mother, or someone who doesn't have any money, or someone who is in debt or is in bankruptcy, or someone who has that kind of vehicle, or someone who blah 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 blah. Like, you're very confident for it. It's like, yeah, I am. You know, that's the energy you take on. Is, yeah, I am. And it's not smart ass, it's not a front, it's not fake, it's not a mask. You really are confident, you know, because you're secure in who you are. Whereas this person can have all the things that they think you don't have, or that they look down on you for having in some way, judge you for, but they're actually very insecure on the inside. Like, they need someone to complete them. They need someone. They look for someone to constantly complete them. They need a certain type of something that you don't need. Yeah, I think that's a whole nother message. So if we need to do a bonus, we will. But I'd rather not do a whole ass message on somebody that's jealous of you, because that's what it is. It's jealousy. And this person could be older than you, or maybe all are around the same age. I don't know. But they're not very. I mean, that's just the truth of it. It's fucking sad, because I feel like you didn't mind this woman. You may have even thought at first like, we could be really cool, but then maybe you're in the energy now, and eventually you're going to start seeing, unless you do, you might right now, because everybody's on a different timeline, so it's possible that you see right now. And how do you see it? Probably your intuition. The person here who's got that strong intuition, we all have intuition, but the one who lives by it, the one who lives by their fucking intuition, you probably know. Those are the group of you that probably know, or you figured it out eventually, that this feminine is fake to you. And they've been fake the whole time. I also think this feminine they have knowledge of something that they could be telling you, and they probably should be telling you, and they're not telling you. They don't want to tell you. They're upset by this. Like, and that could be anything. It could be anything. Let's say it's that they know that somebody is in favor of you, likes you, is attracted to you. They will not want to tell you this. Maybe that person tells them to tell you because they think this person's close with you or something, or on that level with you. Or maybe it's just less awkward because it's another feminine, especially if you're a feminine watching me. Someone may entrust them with information to let them, or that they will tell you, and this person is like not wanting to tell you. They don't want to tell you, because that would mean more attention and love and favor on you, when they don't think you deserve that, for one, and they think you're beneath them. They think they should get this favor and attention, even if this person, this feminine, is in a relationship, right? They may be upset because someone who is coming to them telling them that they want to be friends with you, or they want to be with you, depending on what way, it doesn't matter. Any attention that will come your way, especially if they're kind of having to be the telephone to give you the information, they're not going to want to do this, because that means that the attention and the favor is coming off them, or that it's just coming to you, period. They don't think you deserve it, but you do deserve it. And that's this whole entire message. So whether it's an ex, whether it's all these people around you, because you've got a lot of people after you, Taurus, or cross-watcher, or a current person that you're involved with, or a jealous feminine here whom is all the things I just said, and then may even have information that they don't really want. It bothers them. It bothers them. All of the scenarios here, the one thing they all have in common, the common denominator, is that You deserve, and some see it and don't believe it. Some see it and can't accept it. Some see it and are jealous of it. Some see it now and they didn't before. Some see it currently and they could be hopefully not trying to, I don't know, use you for something. I mean, you've got a lot here. It's almost too much. It's almost too much. So I don't know. I would just keep your eyes wide open, your eyes peeled, and really aware. I think you already are, though. That's the thing. I feel like I'm picking up on an extremely intuitive Taurus here, or cross watcher. You may even be known for your gifts. That's intimidating, you know? Especially when you're known for your gifts, then you try to have people that want to like disprove you. You know what I mean? Like they don't really care if you have gifts or not. They just want to prove that they're not genuine or that they're not as strong as whatever. You know what I mean? Like you will get people like that. So oh yeah, let's test it. And then you end up blowing their fucking mind that you know something that they thought that you shouldn't know. Like, oh my God. And it's like, oh wait, now do I deserve it? Or you still think that I'm beneath you? All right, guys. So, wow. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later.